Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Let's Talk About It with JMACK, episode 18. Once again, I appreciate you all for tuning in. Thanks for rocking with me thus far. Keep tuning into the JMACK Experience Podcast, the Gordito and Chinito Podcast, the Gordito and Chinito Adventures, and Tat Talk. All right. Now, every week, we try to give you a new episode of current things that are happening in people's lives, something that they're going through, or maybe you could be related to because you're going through it yourself. If you have anything that you would like us to talk about, please email us at the JMACK at gmail.com. Now, we getting right to it. I already told y'all. I'm going to get right to it from now on. I'm not doing these long intros no more. Pause. Please make sure you like and subscribe if you want us to continue these series. And also, we will be doing a raffle soon. We need 100 extra subscribers, and a lucky winner will be getting a gift card by yours truly. So please, if you haven't done so, once again, like and subscribe and comment below that you have done so. Now, this first issue I want to say is pretty interesting. I left a good man because I found interest in another guy. The other guy used me and left. Ha! Now the good man is married with a baby on the way, but I want him back. What should I do? What should I do? Shorty, it is too late to apologize. That's crazy. There's no way. You love him. Now you want him back because you got played by some fucking loser. Shorty, you out your mind. There's no way you're going to make amends with that unless homeboy just wants to beat real quick and use you for some bunzwas. But I highly doubt that you guys are ever going to get back together. I'm just being real with you. Now, somebody said this. I've seen this before. Here's what you should do. Fuck off. That's a fact. Like, yo, shorties be bugging, not for nothing. I know dudes be doing some grimy shit, and we are not biased here, but yo, come on. You really gonna ask that dumbass question? Like, so dude says, seriously, you had a good guy, but you left him for an unknown quantity because what? You wanted excitement with a bad boy? Hey, yo, someone who was edgy, or maybe just someone who had more money or a flashier car. Have you realized that other man was no good? You decided that you were entitled to have the last one back, even though he found his happiness? You're the worst kind of person to be in a relationship and an entitled one to boot. What you're hoping now is to break up a family that is actually happy for you and for a guy you'll only be with until the next guy comes around. How about you realize that you screwed up something good because you have commitment issues and are just a bad person, and that you can't just pull apart a family because you feel lonely after making a bad decision? Damn! If I had the effects of my roadcaster right now, I would be dropping some crazy bombs on this, because not for nothing, he just hit it right on the nose. Like, how you gonna go death somebody? It doesn't work out. Now you're like, oh, you want me back after they're happy all of a sudden? Like, that's crazy. Like, there's no way. And then somebody says, turns out the grass is greener on the other side, but it was actually AstroTurf. That's a fact. And then the last person, we're gonna get into their response. They said, you left a guy to be with a married one. Are you insane? It will not work. I was with a married guy, but back in my younger years, they will not get a divorce. They will only want sex. I am older now, and I am not like this anymore. It didn't say that he was married, but obviously if you had a man and you left him for someone else, like, yo, that's on you, shorty. Now you got played. Now he's happy. There's no way it's gonna work. If you feel like this on this topic that you could relate to it, or you got like a different form of advice, or you think that it could work, or that's impossible, that we're saying that it's not gonna work, and you have a different opinion on this matter, please let us know in the comments below, or you can email us at the JMACK Experience Podcast. Now, for our next form of the matter is what I'm going to call these things, because there's a lot of shit going on in the world. It's pretty interesting as I go through these subjects of the matter, and I find myself thinking, wow, like the world is really a fucked up place if you think about it. Like, people here asking for advice and talking about things that they probably not even being real with their significant other, which is crazy. But let's just move on. This one says, my husband wants a divorce because he found out I still speak to my ex from 10 plus years ago. Shorty, do you think this is called for a divorce? Hello? No, not at all. Would you like if this is why I always see it. Would you like if he's talking to his ex for fucking 10 years while y'all still together? I highly doubt it. Because not for nothing, women can make something that you do this small the size of fucking Afghanistan. But when it comes to them, you have to understand, and you have to like realize that there was a reason that they did it, and blah, 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 blah. Now, somebody said, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. Your husband thinks it calls for a divorce, so give him the divorce. Then you can speak to whoever you want. That's a fact. Like, whatever. I suspect you're going to find this just an excuse he's using because he either doesn't want to tell you the truth, or he can't actually think of a reason he feels good enough to end the marriage. He might be in a bleeding to death form of a million scratches situation with you. Been there, done that. Glad I got my divorce. Wow. Now, someone said this. So he just found out it was a secret. The trust is broken. Get divorced. There's no coming back. That's a fact. Like, because, I mean, damn, 10 years? I don't know how the fuck Shorty pulled that off. And I'm going to be honest, there's no way y'all were just talking. Like, you're going to talk to someone for 10 plus years and y'all going to tell me y'all just talking? That already right there is a red flag. That doesn't even have no sense. Because not for nothing, I know me personally, I ain't going to be talking to someone as a fucking pen pal for 10 years and I'm not even beating it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. That doesn't even make no sense to me. You can't tell me that y'all was just phone buddies, because in reality, there was probably more to it, but you're just saying that y'all were just talking on the phone. Now, somebody said, I told my ex-wife that I love her every day for 20 years after my divorce. She was my best friend. God rest her soul. She is now actually deceased. Rest in peace to her. But I got remarried and my wife was never bothered by it. Why? Because I told her that was the way I wanted to keep it. 2 days after I met her, and that was her choice if she wanted to keep dating me or not. The reality is that in a relationship, you are going to do things the other person is not going to feel the same about. Nobody's perfect. However, you have to be open and honest. Key thing, no matter what, then have the choice to live with it or just move on. If they chose to move on, wish them happiness and be happy for them. If you love them, you will be happy for them. If not, you can't make someone love you, nor can you have someone stop you from loving them. That's actually a fact. Like, this is actually a good one. This is a good line. All right, so this is the different scenario, though, because at least he told her straight up, yo, listen, I'm going to be talking to my ex-wife, just wishing her the best, blasey, blasey, blah. That's completely different from you doing something behind somebody's back. You know what I'm saying? So this person also said, if you are doing it without his knowledge, then he has every right to want a divorce from you. I guess it's time to pack your bags and go back to your ex, but I'm pretty sure he wouldn't want you because you are a liar, and a dishonest person. Ooh, damn, she killed it with that one. That was a good one. Um, that's a fact. If you feel different about this situation, please let us know if you have a personal experience or your opinion in the comments below, or you can email us at the JMACK Experience Podcast at gmail.com. Now, for our next subject of the matter, this person says, I am so alone. I am depressed and lonely. I have no friends or a significant other. What is wrong with me that makes me so lonely in life? I got one guess. That Toto is probably whack. I'm fucking with you. Let me stop. Now, it could be a number of things. Maybe you're just not outgoing. Maybe you don't be in the mix. Maybe you just don't know how to have fun. Maybe you're an uptight person. It could be a million things. But somebody said this. I am also very lonely. I have a family, but he has a family, but he's lonely. Oh shit, I want to hear this one. But it's as I didn't have one. I decided to stay away from toxic and negative people. I live my life alone and work from home, but I can't hide that I have days where I don't want to wake up, days where depression surrounds me and I don't know how to escape. I've let myself get fat. I don't worry about my weight anymore. I'm 46 years old. I came to Panama 7 years ago, so there's no chance of having a friendship out here. And I would like to have at least virtual friends to chat and talk to about anything, but even that is difficult. During the pandemic, I took advantage of connecting with many language learning groups, but then they all disappeared. Wow, that was deep. I don't know. I don't know how you could. I mean, me personally, I'm a very friendly person. I don't know how somebody could let themselves get to that point. I mean, never say never. Knock on wood, but like there's times I have my moments. I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't even want to go nowhere. But it's more like financial because when I'm financially good, but when I'm like I have the best of times. Like I'll go anywhere and have fun. But like when I'm doing financially bad and I'm stressed and I got a lot on my plate, it gets me in the mood where I don't even want to do anything because obviously I mean, believe it or not, man, and I don't care what people say. They're like, oh, there's plenty of things you could do that's free. No, nothing is free. Every time you step out the door to do something, you got to come out the pocket. You got to spend some type of cash. You got to spend something at least. Even if you go to the park, you got to buy some ice cream or you might get thirsty. Like, you're always going to spend money on something. So, I mean, I can understand if someone's doing financially bad where they don't want to get out there and like, but if you like got the finances, there's no way why you should be so miserable. Like, yo, if you got $1 in your pocket, everybody wants to be your friend. That's my outtake. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Not for nothing, me personally, this year has been one of the roughest years of my life, and I realized who's really your true friend and who's not. When you're doing good financially, everybody hits you up. Everybody wants to hang with you. Everybody wants to do this, down the third. But the moment you down and out and you really don't got it and you're going through it, nobody really gives a fuck. And that's a fact. And that's why, not for nothing, you got to worry about your pockets at the end of the day. Because as long as you got money, like my father would always say, you always going to have friends around and bitches, especially bitches. So maybe that's my my input on the situation. But somebody else said this: make friends at the gym. Neighbors become friends. You have to work at it. Your occupation you have could also develop friends. Go to church, maybe a retreat. Take a vacation, meet people, and make friends. Take a vacation with people to make time to have friends. Facts. All those things take money. Again, as long as you're not doing financially bad, but which I think she didn't say anything about finances. So yeah, he got a point. There's plenty of things you could do. Bro, you can even go for fucking to a museum and end up meeting the love of your life. You could go to a bar actually and meet the love of your life. Well, I don't really recommend nightclubs and bars because everybody is just trying to get lit. And I mean, me personally, I feel like that's the worst place. But the gym, actually, and the gym, I don't think the gym because I feel like everybody's in their own mode unless you're a fucking creep and you're trying to holler at everything that walks in the gym, which you look super weird nowadays. It's not like back in the day. But there's no way like the gym would be a place. I feel like more or less like find like things to do, like go to like carnivals or concerts and so on and so forth, like things of that nature. You never know who you might meet. You might have the time of your life. You know what I mean? And there is a lot of things that you can do, like especially when the summer's here. Like there's a lot of things you could do, and I mean, if you have no kids or anything like that, you're golden. You know what I mean? You got the time of your life. But again, as long as you got your finances right. Now, for our last and final topic and situation of the matter for this episode, my friend slept with my spouse and I found out. She said it was to prove that my husband is no good for me and we should get a divorce. I am so heartbroken. What should I do? First off, you should start by kicking your friend's ass. That's a fact. We don't condone any violence of any sort, but that is fucked up. Like, how is your friend gonna do that? If anything, she could have maybe, I don't know, send somebody his way. But if that's really your friend wouldn't be fucking your man or your husband. That's crazy. Like, for her to do that, she must have really wanted to do that. Not for that. She's just using that now as an excuse to tell you, oh, I just wanted you to see that he was no good, blah, 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 blah. But that's crazy, actually. Me personally, I would start with the friend by fucking them up. But then again, it's probably not even worth it. But yeah, you should just let that shit go, because that's crazy. I mean, especially like if you're gonna do dirt and then on your spouse's side, why do it with your friend? You know what I'm saying? Like out of all people, you don't do it with somebody's friend. That's fucked up. Even if they throwing it at you, I feel like that's a big no-no. But if you feel different, let us know in the comments below. We would like to know how you feel about the situation, because this was real spicy. Somebody said, dump the friend and dump the spouse. Neither one of them are good for you. Facts. I just said that. Then go build a new life and be very careful with any new potential spouse. Is he honest? Does he keep his word? The last thing you need is a charming cheater. I feel like that sums it up for today. But this is one more on this situation, because this is self-explanatory. I don't even know why she's asking this question. You don't need that friend, because that was never a real friend. And you definitely don't need that fucking spouse, because unless you want to work it out and y'all got kids and stuff like that, that's a completely different story. But if y'all just like boyfriend and girlfriend, that's a big no-no. Last comment on this matter says, both of them don't deserve you, meaning the friend and the spouse, as I just said. Divorce him and unfriend your so-called friend, because they are both useless and disloyal pieces of shit. Damn. Now, we ended this one with a bang. Pause. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Let's talk about it with JMACK. Episode 18. We out of here.